What if your computer could not only write code, but also refactor an entire app, review it for bugs, and even prepare it for release? Almost like a teammate sitting right beside you. That's the promise of OpenAI's brand new GPT-5 Codex, a model that might represent the biggest leap yet in AI coding. But what exactly is it? How does it work? And what does it mean for the future of software development? Today, we're going to break it all down. Simply AI explained. GPT-5 Codex is a specialized version of GPT-5, designed specifically for coding and software engineering tasks. You can think of it as a superhero upgrade of ChatGPT, still capable of conversation, but fine-tuned to think and code. Earlier AI models could help generate small snippets or functions, but Codex takes things several steps further. It's built to handle real development workflows, including large-scale refactoring, debugging tricky issues, performing deep code reviews, and even integrating directly with tools like VS Code, GitHub, and command line environments. In other words, GPT-5 Codex isn't just about answering a quick question or finishing a line of code. It's about being part of the full software lifecycle, understanding context, planning tasks, and helping developers manage projects that are messy, complicated, and constantly evolving. So why does this matter? The answer is simple. Traditional AI coding tools have always struggled with scale. They were great at helping with short scripts or quick fixes, but when you gave them a large, messy, real-world codebase, they often fell apart. Developers still had to spend hours managing the bigger picture. GPT-5 Codex changes that dynamic. On SWE Bench Verified, which is a benchmark that tests AI models on realistic software engineering problems, it scored around 74% success, a huge jump from earlier versions. And when it comes to refactoring, which is the hard work of reorganizing and cleaning up code, performance increased from about 34% previously to more than 51% now. Those numbers may sound abstract, but in practice they mean fewer endless debugging sessions, fewer accidental mistakes making their way into production, and more time for developers to focus on building new features instead of firefighting old ones. At its core, GPT-5 Codex works like an intelligent teammate who never gets tired. Here's the process. First, it understands the context. Instead of just reading a single file, it can take in your entire project, your goals, and the instructions you give it. Second, it plans. It doesn't just jump into writing code randomly. It figures out whether the task is a small bug fix, a complex multi-file refactor, or a design change that requires coordinated adjustments. Third, it acts. It writes new code, edits existing functions, reviews pull requests, and even generates and runs tests. Finally, it adapts. If the task is simple, it provides a quick response. If it's more complex, it slows down, takes more thinking time, and behaves like an agentic AI. An AI that can stay focused on a single objective for hours at a time without losing track of what it was doing. The really impressive part is that it does all this inside the environments developers already use. You don't have to copy and paste between ChatGPT and your editor. Codex lives in your IDE, your GitHub workflows, and even your terminal. So, what does this look like in practice? Let's imagine a few scenarios. You're working on a mobile app with thousands of lines of messy legacy code. Normally, it might take weeks to untangle everything. GPT-5 Codex can step in, analyze the entire module, and refactor it with a level of structure and consistency that would save you enormous amounts of time. Or imagine you're about to release a new feature. Codex can perform a pull request review, spotting critical bugs before your code ever hits production. Instead of only leaving surface-level comments, it can actually catch subtle, logical errors and suggest fixes that align with best practices. Even in design-focused tasks, GPT-5 Codex shows its flexibility. Suppose you want your front end to match a screenshot or design mockup. Codex can suggest CSS changes that bring the look and feel of your project in line with your vision. This isn't just autocomplete. This is an AI teammate working alongside you on real software projects. Like any tool, GPT-5 Codex comes with both benefits and challenges. Let's look at both sides. On the positive side, it can handle complex, multi-hour coding tasks that were completely out of reach for earlier models. It integrates seamlessly with IDEs, GitHub, and terminals, which means it actually fits into the way developers already work. It also improves overall code quality, offering deeper reviews that feel more like feedback from a seasoned engineer than a shallow checklist. And it's efficient, providing quick answers when you just need a function, but taking more time and care when the job requires it. But there are also limitations. AI-generated code still requires human oversight. Even if it catches many bugs, it can also introduce new ones, sometimes in subtle ways that are hard to spot. Larger tasks are resource-intensive, meaning they can consume more compute power and time. And perhaps the biggest caution is the risk of over-reliance. Developers need to be careful not to hand over all the thinking to Codex, because critical problem-solving and creativity are still very human strengths. OpenAI has suggested that in the near future, there could be millions of AI agents running in the cloud, each supervised by humans, but capable of carrying out extended, meaningful work. GPT-5 Codex feels like a clear step toward that vision. It doesn't mean developers will be replaced. Instead, it means developers may gain a powerful partner, an assistant that takes on the heavy lifting of code maintenance, freeing humans to focus on architecture, design, and innovation. In many ways, this is about shifting the role of the programmer from someone who spends hours chasing down errors to someone who guides an intelligent system towards solving bigger challenges. So, is GPT-5 Codex the future of software development? We're still early in its journey, but one thing is clear. The way we think about coding will never be the same. As AI models become more advanced, coding won't disappear, but it will transform. Developers will have new powers, new responsibilities, and new opportunities to build faster, safer, and more creatively than ever before. If you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Simply AI Explained videos, and drop a comment below. Would you trust an AI agent to refactor your entire codebase? I'd love to hear your thoughts.